What's up, guys? Duster McDangles back here with another video, and welcome back to the franchise mode rebuild series here with the Montreal Canadiens and Rick Rebuild. And in the last episode, if you guys did miss it, we pretty much got to the last month here of the season, and looking at the record, as you guys can see, we're doing fairly well at this point. Looking like we are in the playoff picture, but there are still a lot of games left here to finish off the season here in the month of April, and that is exactly what we're going to be getting into here in today's episode. But if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We've been growing like crazy over the past couple of weeks, and I cannot thank you guys enough for the love and support you've been showing not only me but this entire channel. We're growing a community here together. We're at 432 subscribers at the point of this video, so make sure if you're new, subscribe. If you guys are returners, hit that like button if you guys have been enjoying this series, as well as thank you. Again, all the love and support. You guys have been awesome in the comments, awesome with the likes, so let's keep that up here as we move along. It does make it so much easier to make these videos when you guys comment down below. It just makes it a whole lot easier on what you guys want and making that happen. Now, with that being said, we've got the late playoff push. There's not going to be too much we're going to change with lineups, anything like that. So really, it's going to be a pretty quick episode just because I don't want to get into any playoff games. This episode, we'll take a look at the team stats, regular season ending stats, see how things finish. But what I want to do is we're going to simulate here till there's about 4 games left. We've got a couple of big ones, a lot of home games, which is really nice. Eric Staal is able to play in the next game. We'll give him some more time to heal up. We lose to the Winnipeg Jets, which is a bummer. Actually, we'll throw in Eric Staal here at this point. And what do we need to do here? AHL. I was going to say that was not our NHL, but we'll throw in Pietz. I don't even know how to say that guy's name. We'll throw him in there. We want to get our boy Eric Staal back into the lineup here. He should be back to full health. He is indeed, which is great. We'll get him back on the second line. Marchenko is in there as well with the injuries and everything going on right now. Loss to the Blue Jackets. We beat the Islanders, so we're back in the playoff position. But oh man, Nick Suzuki is out with a strained hamstring. He's only out until April 24th, so he'll be back later in the month. But that is just a dagger to our playoff hopes right now. We're gonna have to throw Paquette back into the lineup, and we'll throw Dvorak. I was going to say Staal doesn't work on the second line, so we're going to have to throw Dvorak up on the first, Paquette back in on the fourth, and that's going to have to be how it is. AHL season is over. We beat the Capitals. That is a huge game. We need a big one here against the Minnesota Wild, and we get it, guys. So this is an absolute battle here for the wild card position. It's basically between, right now we've got 92 points. Bruins are right on our heels. And if we look at it here, 985. So it's really us versus the Bruins. So we're going to take this really one game at a time. Get through here against the Flyers. And we lose in the shootout. So we do pick up a point. We're 3 points ahead of the Bruins at this point. If we do not make the playoffs, it is going to be an absolute dagger to the squad, to our morale, and honestly, my morale. We need a win. We get the win. That is huge. Norlinder is out for the AHL, but I'm not too worried about that. Suzuki is fully healed. Okay, I was looking for that wording to make sure he is 100% before we get him back into the lineup. We need him in the lineup. It's not a matter of when, it's a matter of when can we get him in, and thankfully he is in. Marchenko, he's got some pretty decent points. 5 goals in 13 games played, 3 assists as well. But we are coming down to the wire here. Ooh, Krause is back. Okay, thank goodness. So what I actually want to do, I don't want to put him in right away to make sure that he is fully healed. We don't want a issue that we had in the last episode of we send him in and he's not actually fully healed. I do not want that to happen again. So what we're going to do is we're going to send down Weidman. And then we're going to go back here. We should be good. Yep. So at this point, let's look at if we clinched playoffs is the real question. We have not. Bruins are still 3 points behind us. Everyone else is pretty much clinched in the East. Actually, the Metro hasn't clinched yet. So it's coming down to the wire here. We're actually going to go into the quick simulation look here and see if we can get the W against the Buffalo Sabres. If we win this game, or at least get a point out of it, we will pretty much clinch our playoff spot. So huge game here at home against Buffalo. Wow, 4-1. 4-3 after that. I was going to say 4-3 after the second. That's huge. Can we tie it up after the third? Oh my God, we came back and won. Wow, that is very good stuff here. Just actually before we get ready to head into the playoffs, it just shows the resilience of the team, and that honestly is carrying over from last year. So we clinch the playoffs here, guys. Bruins are out. That's actually kind of crazy. Bruins don't make the playoffs unless they can get the other wild card. I don't even know if that's possible. 95, 94, they could. Technically, Islanders, and they have 2 games in hand, so they could still technically squeak into the playoffs. Krause is fully healed, which is great, so we're going to have him back in time for playoffs. We're going to go through the next game. We don't even need to watch it because we've already clinched playoffs. We end up losing to the Florida Panthers, which is a little bit of a bummer, but the Bruins, they actually tied us in points, so that is kind of crazy. We do get into the playoffs. Islanders just miss out. So it's going to be I don't know. I honestly do not know what or who we are going to be playing. It could be the Maple Leafs. No, it can't be the Maple Leafs. I don't even know who it's going to be, but I just want to take a look here at the stats really quickly before we get our playoff assignments. And honestly, the goal scoring was not there for us this year, so I'm shocked that we made the playoffs. Gallagher, 68 points in 82 games played. A little disappointed with Suzuki. Caulfield, he ended up 43 and 70, so not too bad. Petrie, solid year. Klingberg, actually, let's take a look here. What has he done with Montreal ever since coming over? 18 points in 19 games. This is exactly what we wanted from him, and I'm really happy with that and the way he finished up coming over. Nemestikov, he had a great push here. I saw his name multiple times. 9 points in 19 games played on the fourth line. That's pretty amazing stuff. Krause didn't get a lot of playing time due to injuries, so hopefully we'll be able to get him into the playoffs and he could be a key player. Marchenko, 8 points in 15 games. Again, pretty solid stuff there. I'm really happy with what he has done. I totally forgot. We want to take a look at the goaltenders here and see how they finished up with Allen and Carey Price. Let's take a look here. Goalies. Price, 919 with a 253, went 31, 22, and 8. Not the best of stats there. Honestly, Allen, 928 with a 217. Very good stats right there. And quite frankly, I do want to take a look here at NHL stats for goaltenders and players. Leonard, Vasilevsky, Fleury. I was going to say, I do not see our goalie anywhere here on this list with Carey Price. Yeah, he's way down the list in wins, so that's quite a bummer. But let's see who was the leading point getter this year, and it looks like it was Patrick Kane, 104 points. Goals actually looks like it is going to be Alex DeBrincat. He's going to bring home the Rocket Richard Trophy, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he does. Matthews and McKinnon on his heels, but that is pretty sweet stuff. Good for him. Good for the Blackhawks. They definitely deserve it, but we made the playoffs, guys. Something I didn't think that we would do, to be quite honest. Let's take a look at the AHL squad. And in the playoffs, actually, we got knocked out of the playoffs, which is kind of crazy. So all that for nothing. Amazing season, and they get knocked out of the playoffs. So we don't have to really worry about them the rest of the way through. But taking a look here, we're about to get our playoff assignment, and we are going up against the Carolina Hurricanes in the first round. So that is a tough matchup. Now let's take a look at the rest of the playoff bracket here before we end off this episode. And actually, we'll take a look at the contracts as well to see what players are wanting after the end of this season. But over here in the East, we've got the Rangers, Blue Jackets. We got us versus the Hurricanes. So that is your classic social media rivalry matchup in the first round. So we'll see if we can beat them on the ice as well as in social media. We got the Leafs versus the Panthers, and then the Lightning versus the Bruins. So some interesting first round matchups in the East. Over in the West, we've got the Avs and Preds, Blackhawks, Jets, Sharks, Canucks, and then we've got the Edmonton Oilers and Vegas Golden Knights. So honestly, all great matchups. It'll be exciting to see. I know Carolina had a very solid year, so it'll definitely be a tough matchup against them. Record-wise, I mean, we're pretty close to them. Last 10, we're also very close, 6-3-1 versus their 6-4-0. So I think this is going to be an exciting series. I know in the last episode I did talk about captains and jerseys. I do want to take a look and see who the captains are. Gallagher's got an A, and nobody else has an A. That is very interesting. And I think heading into the playoffs, this might be a good time to assign some A's, because I don't want to assign a captain here. I think an A has got to go to Petrie, 100%. One of our top defensemen, and I think one of the young guns, maybe even a future captain of the squad. It's got to go to Nick Suzuki. He is going to be a corner piece through the rest of his entire career with us as long as we can afford him. And I think next year we'll reassess captaincy. We'll take a look at that moving forward. But I think heading into the playoffs, those are going to be our captains, Suzuki, Gallagher, and Petrie. And I think those are well-deserved, 100%. But before we do close out this episode, we are going to take a look at the contracts, as long as this video has not been corrupted. And Klingberg is the man of the hour. He is the one who we are going to need to sign, and he wants even more money than we originally were going to want to give to him. So that's unfortunate. He wants about $8 million. He doesn't want an extension, which is quite concerning. Eric Stahl, he wants 3.8, which is way too much for him, so we won't be bringing him back. Nemestikov, he wants 3.2. We're probably not going to be able to afford him. Romanov is somebody we are going to want to bring back. He's only wanting 4.3. We might even be able to get to talk him down to maybe about, I'd say, 4 million, maybe even 3.9 at the minimum. Got a couple others. Kulak, he wants 2.8, so quite a fair amount for him. Perreault, I don't think we're going to bring him back. He wants 2.550. I don't think that's enough to bring him back. Cedric Paquette, another player who's wanting a decent, not too high of a deal, so I would be more inclined to bring him back. In the system, we're going to have a lot of guys that we're going to have to take care of, and honestly, we'll be able to get that. We'll be able to get those jobs done. Weidman wants quite a deal. Let's take a look here. Ooh, Ouellette wants $2 million. That's a little bit too much. Zach Parise wants quite a bit of money as well. I'm kind of curious. Yeah, I was going to say, he didn't really do much for us. If anything, we'll just let him go. And let's see here. Niku, top 4 defenseman low. He wants a very good deal. I would be more than willing to bring him back on that. Brook here, another young defenseman. He wants a solid deal. We would definitely be able to give him that. A lot of these guys, again, we'll worry about here when the time comes, but got some decisions to make. Honestly, we're going to bring back Klingberg 100%. We're going to need to bring back Romanov, and other than that, I don't think we're going to bring back any other forwards. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think, what you guys want to do when it comes to that. But at this point, we're going to end this episode here with the lines. And I want you guys, I want your input on what we should put together for lines here at this point. I know we don't have any depth when it comes to the lines, although we can take out, I'm curious here if we could bring in Kraus. Does he work? I'm trying to see if he works anywhere. Maybe if we take out Marchenko and put Lekin in here. Do we get a plus on any of these lines? We do get a +1 on that 4th line, which is nice. Caulfield's up to an 83 as well, so keep an eye out on that. That's very nice. But I think getting that at least a +1, another +1 somewhere on this is very nice. On the back end, I think we're stacked here. The 2+2s, and then we got the 0 for the third pair. That's very nice. Petrie has been playing great hockey. I don't know why stats are glitching out on me right now. But I think that's what we're going to leave the lines here heading into the playoffs. Krause back in the lineup, fully healed. We'll see what we can do against the Carolina Hurricanes and hopefully be able to make a push for the Stanley Cup. But again, that's going to be it for today's episode. If you guys did enjoy it, be sure to drop a thumbs up on this video. I hope you guys have a good one, and as always, stay dusty.